The Galactic Council chamber fell silent. Ambassador Hazel Chen stepped to the podium, her human features drawing curious stares from the assembled representatives of 300 alien species. She had requested an emergency session, and now every eye stalk, sensor cluster, and optical organ in the hall focused on her. Esteemed members, Hazel began, her voice carrying through the translators. Humanity has made a discovery that will change our understanding of what is possible. Counselor Vexter, a towering crystalline being from the prism worlds, emanated a dismissive harmonic. What could a species barely 2 centuries into space travel possibly teach civilizations millions of years old? Hazel smiled, a gesture that made several species recoil. Humans and their baring of teeth still unnerve the galaxy. We've discovered how to build planet-sized starships, and we've already constructed 3. The chamber erupted. Accusations of madness, impossibility, and deception filled the air in a cacophony of alien languages. Hazel waited, hands folded calmly before her, until the presiding magistrate restored order. Impossible, declared High Scholar Memkar of the ancient Athenaeum. The energy requirements alone would drain a star. The structural integrity issues are insurmountable. We've run these calculations for eons. You calculated using your technologies. Hazel replied. We approached the problem differently. She activated the holographic display, and the council chamber filled with images of Earth's newest achievement. A sphere the size of Mars hung in space, its surface gleaming with cities, forests, and oceans. Massive engines, each the size of Earth's moon, ringed its equator. This is the Exodus, Hazel announced. Population, 2 billion humans. Fully self-sustaining, faster than light capable. And it's not alone. 2 more images appeared. The Voyager, configured as a mobile research station with continents dedicated to laboratories and universities. The Horizon, a military vessel bristling with defensive systems that made the assembled war fleets look like children's toys. Leo Martinez, humanity's chief engineer, joined Hazel at the podium. His withered face carried the exhaustion of someone who had spent decades bringing the impossible to life. The secret wasn't in brute force, he explained. It was in thinking like humans. We're problem solvers, not calculators. He pulled up schematics that made the alien scientists lean forward, their skepticism warring with curiosity. We didn't try to build a ship-shaped planet. We made a planet function as a ship. Every ocean is a heat sink. Every tectonic plate houses gravitational stabilizers. The core itself is a zero-point energy generator. The planet doesn't fight the physics, it becomes part of the equation. The materials required, began Architect Supreme Tolvin, his multiple appendages gesturing frantically at the figures. Asteroid mining. Leo interrupted. We redirected every rock in 3 solar systems. It took 50 years and the coordinated effort of our entire species. When you're human, you learn that impossible just means no one's tried hard enough yet. The council members exchanged uncertain glances across species barriers. The Cathari War Master, whose empire had ruled through military might for 10,000 years, spoke in a voice like grinding metal. If this is true, why reveal it? You could have dominated the galaxy. Hazel's expression softened. Because that's not who we are. We didn't build these to conquer, we built them to survive, to explore, to continue being human even if Earth fell. But more importantly, we wanted to share. She gestured to the images rotating slowly in the air. Every calculation, every technique, every innovation that made this possible, we're offering it freely to the Galactic Council. We want to help you build your own. The chamber exploded again, but this time with questions instead of objections. How did the life support scale? What about the navigational systems? Could the design be adapted for different planetary compositions? Leo fielded the technical questions with the patience of a teacher, while Hazel handled the political implications. Hours passed as humanity's representatives dismantled, piece by piece, the galaxy's understanding of what was achievable. Finally, Counselor Vexter, who had been the most vocal skeptic, spoke again. This time, the harmonic was different, something akin to respect. You've had the capability to build weapons that could shatter worlds, yet you come bearing gifts of knowledge. Why? Hazel looked out over the vast assembly, seeing fear, wonder, and dawning comprehension in hundreds of alien faces. Because we've learned something important in our brief time among the stars. You're all so advanced, so specialized in your own ways. But you've forgotten how to dream dangerously. You've calculated yourselves into coroners. She pointed to the Exodus spinning silently in the hologram. Humans don't have your technology, your lifespans, or your ancient wisdom. What we have is stubbornness. An entire species that, when told something is impossible, takes it as a challenge. We've nearly destroyed ourselves a dozen times because of it. But we've also achieved miracles. Leo picked up the thread. Your scientists said planet-sized ships were impossible. So, you stopped trying. Our scientists heard impossible and got competitive. Within a month, we had 50 competing designs. Within a year, the best minds from every nation were collaborating. Within a decade, we broke ground or space, I suppose, he chuckled, a sound that made several species translators malfunction trying to interpret it. That's humanity. We're the species that looked at evolution and said, too slow, we'll do it ourselves. We looked at our lifespan and built legacies that would outlive us. We looked at the stars and decided they were too far away. So, we brought them closer. The ancient scholar Memkar studied the schematics with all 7 of his eyes. His ancient mind racing through possibilities his civilization had abandoned millennia ago. If we build these, the implications for evacuation, for colonization, for research... The galaxy changes, Hazel finished. And that's okay. Change is what we do best. In the days that followed, the galaxy did change. Species that had been rivals for millennia found common purpose in the monumental task of planetary engineering. The Exodus became a symbol not of human dominance, but of what could be achieved when impossibility was treated as invitation rather than boundary. Hazel stood on the observation deck of the Exodus, watching Earth proceed in the distance. Leo joined her. To humans who had reshaped the galaxy's future. Think they'll manage it? Leo asked. Hazel smiled. They're asking the right questions now. How can we instead of why can't we? That's the real gift we gave them. And if they surpass us, build something even more incredible, then we'll learn from them, Hazel said simply, and build something even better. That's what humans do. We iterate, we adapt, we improve. The galaxy just learned that the most dangerous thing about humanity, in our weapons or our ships, what is it? Our refusal to accept limitations. Outside, 3 planet ships began their journey into the unknown, carrying not just humans, but a new philosophy, one that would echo through the stars for generations to come. The galaxy had stood frozen in shock, but now it was ready to move again, and it was all thanks to the species that never learned when to quit.